Well, certainly kept awake for this one. Hey there guys, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. We are chugging right along Christopher Nolan's filmography in the lead up to Tenet. We're getting very close to its release. Today we're going to be talking about one of his most underrated films, I think even more so than The Prestige, Insomnia. Now this movie was released in theaters in the year 2002, of course directed by Nolan, and it stars Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. Sleep-deprived detective Will Dormer, played by Al Pacino, is sent to a small town in Alaska to investigate the murder of a young girl. But he is soon forced into a psychological game of cat and mouse by the primary suspect, who turns out is a local author, Walter Finch, played by Robin Williams. Once Finch enters the equation, events escalate and Dormer finds his own stability and his memory of events dangerously threatened. Before I get any further into this review, thank you all so much for stopping by, clicking on the video. I hope you all enjoy your stay. If you guys are new here, just make sure to hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video by the end as well if you enjoyed it. But with that said, let's start talking about Insomnia, because a lot of people have said that this is the weakest film in Christopher Nolan's filmography, and I strongly disagree. This film is amazing. In my opinion, this is one of the better crime thrillers that you can watch these days. Of course, I not only love Christopher Nolan's direction, because who wouldn't, right? But I also love the writing of this film. As a matter of fact, I think this is the only time in his career that Christopher Nolan has directed a script that he has not written himself. And I think this is a very underrated screenplay in my opinion. Very, very chilling. One choice that I think is often overlooked in this film is setting it in Alaska. The reason why I say that is I have an aunt that actually lives up in Alaska, and the times that she's visited down here, many times, she said that the sun does not go down up there. The film is not only very accurate in that sense, it's a perfect setting for this story and for Al Pacino's character, because this is a situation where he always has to stay wide awake and attentive at all times. He can't fall asleep. This is such an underrated screenplay, guys. And by the way, speaking of Al Pacino, magnificent as per usual. The guy's a freaking legend. He can do no wrong. He is so effortless in this role. His outbursts in this movie come at phenomenal times, oftentimes making me jump on the rewatch I had recently. His beat shifts and his pacing is so perfect. The guy's a legend. What else is there to say? He is so incredible in Insomnia. Now, keeping on the subject of legends, I gotta talk about the late great Robin Williams, who I still miss every single day. He was so awesome in this film. And that brings me to one of the critiques I've heard about Insomnia that really starts to bug me. People started to have problems with Insomnia because Robin Williams does not have a comedic role here. In a sense, they wanted Robin Williams to make them laugh, and he did not do that in this film. Now, I respect everybody's opinions, but to me, I think that opinion's bullshit. Because with that mindset of Robin Williams just making the audiences laugh, that eliminates any possibility for him to have any range in his career. And no opportunities really for him to explore that range if he's just given the comedic roles that everybody was wanting. And Robin Williams is so damn good in this movie. He's so slimy and creepy and just... oh, this guy. I really want to dig way deeper into Robin Williams' character, but if I did, that would lead into huge spoiler territory, and for the purposes of this review, I don't think I'm going to go into the spoiler territory because I know a lot of people personally that have never seen Insomnia, so I'm just not really going to tell them any spoilers because I think that'll entice them to watch this movie more. I think more people should be watching Insomnia in general. But I will say, the way Dormer and Finch's stories mingle with each other is so perfect. Just how the morality of Dormer is questioned by the existence of what Finch has done in the past, even though Finch is leaning more towards the evil side of things. It's ingenious writing, guys. Now, Hilary Swank is also in this movie as a young protege of Dormer, and she's very good in the film as well. Some people may say she's a little whiny in this role, but she's a rookie police officer, and I think this performance, personally, is very underrated, in my opinion. She was so great. Now, for those of you who think I sound like a broken record saying underrated a million times in this review, that's the perfect way for me to describe Insomnia. Super underrated. One of the thing that I like to talk about that I don't think gets enough attention is the editing in this thing. Even though this is, per usual from Nolan, a damn fine directed feature, it looks phenomenal. The foggy scenes we get feels like the most demented euphoria I've ever felt, straight out of a dream. It's almost like this fog is taunting Dormer because he can't sleep. But because of Dormer's given circumstances and all of that in mind, this editing is so awesome. The quick cuts of visions that Dormer has of events that have occurred so far, it's just so staggering. And I also love how certain sounds were put into the movie. The sound editing was really, really cool. Because a lot of the times I felt like I got a really, really abrupt wake-up call watching this movie. Like, for example, you got Al Pacino kind of like wandering around, like sleepwalking almost in that little tavern that he's staying in. And you think he's about to go to sleep, but no, the phone starts ringing, and it's a really loud phone ring, and it wakes up not just him, but the audience. It's kind of a neat idea if you think about it that way. And that's another thing. In relation to the phone calls, that's how Robin Williams' character is revealed to the audience. And that's another thing I really, really love about this movie. It isn't the cliche introduction of the villain where you have the camera, you know, like dollying up Robin Williams' legs and it finally gets to his face and it's like, it's Robin Williams! Point being, they don't reveal him that way here. Again, yeah. I know that sounds extremely vague, only mild spoilers for this review because I want you all to experience this movie in the best way possible without knowing anything, because it is that damn good. Now, I will say I do have one small issue with this movie, and it is really nitpicking at this point. There are times where the film can get rather slow. There were just some scenes that weren't as exciting as some of the other ones. And don't get me wrong, I love a good slow burn, but just my point, some of the scenes just weren't as interesting as the other ones, sadly. But besides that nitpick, man, this is another damn impressive Nolan feature. I'm gonna give Insomnia an A. So yeah, even though the perfect grade streak has been broken on this Christopher Nolan series, that's not to knock this movie in any way. I still love this thing. I recommend everybody go check it out right now. Probably one of his most underrated features, in all honesty. If you haven't seen Insomnia, great performances, great technicals, just an amazing crime thriller. It has my utmost recommendation. But what do you guys think of Insomnia? Have you guys seen it yet? I would like to know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And guys, thank you so much, as always, for tuning into the video. Don't forget, be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can on your way out to keep up with all of my new exciting content. We are getting so very close to that 100 subscriber mark. Thank you all so much for your support so far. And just a reminder, if you guys can help me get to at least 100 subscribers, you guys are going to get a very special surprise video from me. You guys are the greatest. Thank you all so much once again for tuning in. Look forward to more exciting content very soon on the channel. And with all that being said, back talk commence.